So what's the number one challenge about playing Virginia and the way they defend?
It's a little bit tougher to get the shots that you want because you can't get the dribble penetration because they're sitting right there on the gap. So, you really got to work offensively as a team to get better shots. And then, you have to play defense for so long. They kind of get into your legs a little bit, so we have to work that much harder to get better shots from offensive end.
What are you guys seeing on tape that you could do a little better to find more consistency on offense?
Just more attention to detail. It's like little things. Screens and then using the screens. And, we missed a lot of bunnies also in the Florida State game. So, we just got to lock in a little bit more, get our movement better, and execute a little bit better on offense.
What was the biggest takeaway in watching film from Florida State? What are some things that Coach Williams really pointed out?
Our effort has to be there. They kind of outworked us a little bit on both ends of the court. And we just have to bring consistent effort. We had a couple lapses where the effort was there, and that's when we got a little bit more momentum. But for the most part, they just outworked us in that game, and we have to bring consistent effort for 40 minutes every night.
Kenny, that's something that Roy, you mentioned that after the Wofford game, you mentioned that after the Wake Forest game, you said you mentioned after Florida State. What's the key to flipping that switch?
It's all on us as players. There's nothing coach can do to flip the switch. We have to make the decision ourselves to bring consistent effort as a team and individually. So it's all about us, and it has to come down to how bad we want to win. And I know we have 15, 16 guys in there that want to win. So we'll get it. We're still trying to learn. We're still a little bit younger. So there's no doubt in my mind that we'll get it, but the switch is going to flip.
The fact that you do, like you have 8 new faces on this team this year, is that fact of those guys having to understand what it takes, especially maybe in ACC play, part of that learning curve?
It's a little bit of it. They have to go through it to really see how it is. And I think these first 2 games, they've seen that you have to bring it every night for 40 minutes if you want to be good in this league. And, like I said, we'll get over that learning curve, and as a team, we'll get over that learning curve, and we'll get to the point that we want to get to.
Last year, you guys lost the opener, an ACC opener, Georgia Tech, and then went and won in overtime at Clemson. Joel had a huge game. Is there any correlation between those 2 games, getting into league play, and these 2 so far the last week?
I just think it says a lot about the league. You can be picked 1, 2, 3 in the league, but every night somebody's gonna bring it to you, so you have to bring the fight back. And I think that's been shown these past 2 seasons. That on any given night, on no night, it's gonna be easy. So we have to be ready every time we step on the court.
You're a defensive guy. Do you like playing against Virginia, who's known for their defense?
Honestly, I've only played a couple minutes against them in my career, so I don't really have a large sample size. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
What have you guys been working on in practice to combat UVA? And last year was kind of a slugfest. Last year down here in the 40s. What have you been working on to try to attack them and attack their defense this week?
Just doing what we do. Trying to get stops and then getting out of transition, getting those easy buckets. If we can get that, then we'll be in good shape. But then once we get against a set defense, paying attention to our screens and setting solid screens for our teammates so that we can get good shots off of those.
As somebody who appreciates good defense, how do you view the way that they play their defensive end? Because obviously it's a pretty clear contrast to what you guys try to do.
It's tough. It's tough to score against them because they sit in the gaps. Ours is a little bit different. We like to get on the passing lanes, but like I said, you just gotta. In terms of attacking, you just gotta just keep moving, setting good screens, and don't let them. You cannot turn the ball over against them because they capitalize off of that, and then the possessions are low. So you really have to capitalize on every possession you get. So we just have to lock in on the offensive end and just run our stuff.
Proportionally, this team's shooting more threes than I think any that Roy's had here. Do you guys, is that just kind of the identity with the skill set that you guys have, or do you need to do a better job of trying to pound it down low?
I do think we should get the ball down low a little bit more. You know, you can live and die by the three, so on any given night, your shot just could not be going. So we have to work on getting the ball down low and getting it inside, passing or dribbling, and having that be a threat on the offense consistently. You know, Coach says a lot that he likes to get the ball inside because it's you draw fouls on the inside. So you have to do it for that. And then I think if you have a threat on the inside where you have a threat to where you can get the ball inside, it opens it up a little bit more for the shooters on our side.
Kenny, a lot of conversation after that FSU game about officiating and how officials interact with certain players. What is the kind of the protocol that you guys are given in terms of who can talk to officials, how you have those conversations, that kind of thing?
You know, if it's something that Coach wants to relate to an official, he'll tell one of us to tell a certain official something. We'll just go talk to him, and he'll tell us to do it respectfully. I mean, all of our guys are respectful about it. Nobody's disrespecting an official. But you know, I mean, if it's in the heat of the game, it's all the discretion of the player. I don't like to talk to an official or say anything to an official. That's just who I am. But you know, you have some guys that want to just point something out, and sometimes you have to in order to get the official's attention on it. So you know, a lot of it is Coach telling us to point it out to an official. But then, I mean, if it's in the Florida game, you might have a couple players that like talking to the official.
Most of the time, is that a kind of a receptive thing from the officials that you can ask, hey, why'd you call foul on me there, and they'll give you an explanation? Is that
Yeah. You know, a lot of it is respectful. If you come to the official in a respectful manner, they'll give you a respectful answer. Or they'll sit down and explain it. Well, they won't sit down, but they'll explain it to you. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen any, you know, not with this team. I haven't seen anybody, you know, anything outrageous.
Did you see that little incident with the tape of the incident with Joel and the referee on
I saw it.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I saw it after the game.
What'd you think?
You know, honestly, I don't even know. It's tough. You know, like I said, Joel was trying to come at him respectfully, and you know, it's just a tough situation. I don't think Coach saw it, but I would have pointed it out to Coach. I think Joel pointed it out to Coach during the game, and I think that was the right thing for him to do.
Anybody else? All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kenny.
We'll get Coach here, and he'll be in a couple minutes.